Community rules and regulations. For more information, please contact us at 980-939-6633. Welcome to our community. The following community rules are designed to contribute to everyone's safety, property protection, and privacy, and to ensure that your residency is pleasant and enjoyable. Our rules are designed to maintain our community in an attractive condition for both our residents and for the surrounding community. All residents and occupants of our community are subject to all of the terms and conditions of the rules set forth herein. Additionally, any rules that are posted in our community form part of these rules and must be observed by all residents and their guests. These rules are subject to revision and change by the owner with 2 weeks written notice to the resident. Long-term residents of the community may petition to be grandfathered from enforcement of certain rules that were in effect prior to the owner's purchase. Any such requests must be made in writing, and management may approve or deny for any reason or no reason. Home and lot of each resident. Compliance. Each home and lot shall be attractively maintained by the resident and shall comply with all applicable laws, ordinances, and regulations of the county of residence, as from time to time amended. Additions or alterations. Any and all additions to the home, awnings, etc., must first have written approval from management before the construction is begun. Lawn care. If a lawn service is not used, residents are responsible for cutting their lawns at least every 2 weeks during the year, during the grass growing season, and whenever grass exceeds 5 inches in average length throughout the year. The owner shall have the right to mow the resident's grass if, in the opinion of the owner, the grass is too high, and shall have the right to charge the residents of a reasonable fee for service. Residents have the responsibility to maintain in a good condition the lawn, and where bare spots occur, to replant as needed. Under no circumstances shall resident use a weed eater to trim grass next to any home that has vinyl underpinning. A suitable weed killer should be used to keep grass and weeds from growing next to the home.
Landscaping. Any plants, shrubs, or trees that are present now or are added in the future are and remain the primary care or responsibility by the resident and must be maintained in a neat, trimmed condition at all times by the resident at the resident's cost. Removing or adding to the shrubs and trees on the lot requires the prior written permission of the owner. The owner must first approve any tree planting or major pruning by the resident. The owner reserves the right to remove or prune any tree or shrub on the lot or in the community. Any and all items planted will need to be kept properly trimmed at all times by the homeowner. Storage shed. One storage shed outside the home shall be allowed provided it is placed on the lot at a location approved by management in writing. It may not exceed 144 square feet, 12 by 12 in size, and must be finished on the exterior with material and color and complement home. Any installed sheds must be of new construction only unless otherwise approved by management. Decorative lattice must be placed around the bottom of the shed if the distance from ground to building floor is greater than 6 inches. Applications for a building must be submitted to the office for approval prior to bringing a building on site. Carports and other outside structures. Carports and any other additions or structures on the lot must be approved in writing by owner before construction begins. Management reserves the right to reject any structure on the lot for any reason.
Antennas. Resident is not permitted to install antennas or other reception devices that extend higher than 12 feet above a roofline or satellite dishes larger than 18 inches in diameter of any type, without written permission from owner. Installation locations for all outdoor antennas or dishes must be done at the rear 1/3 of the home. No digging or other installation other than directly on the home may occur without owner's prior approval. Sewer service. The owner shall provide adequate wastewater disposal that is properly connected to a public sewage system or septic tank. The owner will pay for pumping out the septic tank, if required, no more than once every 3 years. Any additional pump outs will be paid by resident. Owner cannot warrant that the septic system will be suitable for additional water usage from a washing machine, etc., and reserves the right to restrict or forbid the use of washing machines in a home.
Clothes drying. Clotheslines and clothes drying outside the home are not permitted. Window treatments. Window coverings for all the windows are required and can consist of curtains or mini blinds. Not allowed are sheets, blankets, clothing, aluminum foil, truss bags, or other similar types of coverings. Window tinting is not allowed. Fences. Resident is not permitted to construct or cause to be constructed a fence in the community without owner's prior written approval. Fences are not normally allowed in the community except in special circumstances. Digging. There will be no digging, trenching, driving of stakes, or embedding of any objects in the ground without the approval of management. This is to prevent a possibility of damage to underground utilities or septic tanks. Any damage done to an underground utility by the resident shall be repaired at the resident's expense. Fires. No fire pits or open fires of any kind are allowed.
Inspection and repairs. The owner, including its authorized representatives, may enter the lot during reasonable hours or at any time during an emergency to inspect the home and lot with regard to compliance with these rules and with the law, or to erect, use, and maintain pipes and conduits in and throughout the lot, or as the owner may deem necessary or desirable. Upkeep. All lots must remain clear of all clutter, refuse, trash, toys, etc. at all times. Residents are required to keep grass, flowers, and other landscaping in a trimmed and neat appearance at all times. Proper arrangements will need to be made for the disposal of all lawn debris.
Children. Supervision. Parents are responsible for the actions of their children at all times. Children under the age of 9 must be supervised by an adult at all times and never allowed to wander through the park without adult supervision. It should be remembered that when a child leaves their yard, they are in someone else's yard or park property. Curfew. Children and youth under the age of 18 shall not be out without adult supervision past dark or 9 p.m., whichever comes first. Small toys. Children's toys must be collected after play and not left scattered throughout the yard.
Large toys. No swing sets, slides, sandboxes, etc. will be permitted without approval due to damage to grass and soil erosion. If approved, residents shall be responsible for restoring the property to its former condition upon moving. An additional deposit will be required to cover any repairs needed to the lot once resident leaves. Before approving any large equipment, resident must provide proof of either homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance, with the owner listed as additional insured.
Pools. Pools are not allowed except for kiddie pools, not to exceed 8 feet in diameter and no deeper than 12 inches of water. Damage. Parents will be held financially responsible for any damage which their children or their children's guests cause to other homeowners' property or to park property. Guests. Responsibility. The resident assumes full responsibility for his/her guest's conduct and behavior and will be held liable for any and all damages caused by him/herself, all guests or others that occur within our community. 15-day rule. No person who is not named in the lease as resident may reside in a home for more than 15 days unless they receive prior written approval of the owner. 2 per bedroom. No more than 2 individuals per bedroom may temporarily or permanently reside in a home at any time. Garbage. Dumpsters. Resident is responsible for removal of all trash located in and around his home. If on-site dumpsters are provided, residents are to keep the lids on the dumpsters closed at all times and all trash around the dumpster picked up.
Curbside pickup. If curbside pickup of trash is used by resident, then the outside trash may not be left at the edge of the road for more than 12 hours before and 12 hours after the expected pickup time. Otherwise, the trash can must be kept out of view from the road.
Outside trash. No trash may be left outside a resident's home for any length of time. A fine of not less than $25 will be assessed for violators. Screening. Any outside garbage cans or recycling bins must be screened from view at all times. No burning. No burning of trash, leaves, or other materials is allowed in our community. Large objects. Large boxes, old toys, bedding, old furniture, and appliances may not be placed in on-site dumpsters, if provided, or left at the edge of the road, and are the responsibility of the resident to dispose of in a proper manner. Mailboxes. Installation. Mailboxes are the responsibility of residents to secure and install if desired. Cluster boxes. Where cluster mailboxes are provided for the convenience of residents, residents may request a key and a key deposit may be required.
Pets. Approval. The owner controls the pet population without exception. No pet, whether mammal, bird, reptile, insect, or arachnid, may be brought into our community or acquired after occupancy commences without the prior written approval of the owner. The maximum allowable number of pets per home, if approved, is 2, unless the written permission is given by management for more than 2. Residents shall pay a weekly fee of not less than $10 for each unapproved pet, plus a non-refundable pet deposit kept, and are subject to eviction if the unapproved pet is not removed.
Fish tanks. Residents who rent their home in our community who are renting to own may not have a fishbowl exceeding 5 gallons in size. An additional deposit will be required for keeping of a fish tank. Spayed. All pets must be spayed or neutered and must be kept primarily indoors. Shots. Pets must be inoculated, e.g. for rabies, as required by local law. Weight. The maximum weight a pet can reach when full grown is 35 pounds. Leashes. Any pet approved by the owner must be kept on a leash at all times when outside the home. No chaining. No unsupervised chaining or tethering of pets will be permitted. Dog houses. No outside houses, e.g. dog houses, or containers for pets are allowed. Withdraw approval. Owner may, at any time, withdraw its approval of any pet of resident. Owners shall not be required to give any reason for its withdrawal. If owner withdraws its approval, resident shall remove the pet in question within 48 hours of receiving notice of owner's withdrawal of its approval.
Aggressive breeds. Breeds of animals that are considered to be aggressive will not be permitted in our community or on the lot under any circumstances. Examples include Rottweilers, Dobermans, Pit Bulls, Bull Terriers, American Staffordshire Terriers, Wolf Hybrids, German Shepherds, Chows, and Presa Canarios. Forbidden pets. A partial list of pets that are not allowed include ferrets, rabbits, snakes, large breed birds, large rodents, large reptiles, monkeys, pigs, and most exotic pets.
Pet cleanup. It is the responsibility of the resident's pet owner to clean up after his pet, including pet poop, and to keep the pet off the lots of other residents. Pet owners are responsible for any and all damage done by their pets, whether to keep their home, lot, any common property in the community, or the property of other residents or their guests. Breeding. Breeding of pets or keeping of livestock or poultry are not permitted.
Service animal. When a pet is registered as a registered service animal, our policies may be modified if they conflict with federal law. To be approved as a support animal, and in particular to legally qualify for an emotional support animal, ESA, you must provide a letter from a licensed mental health professional, therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, not your family doctor, on his/her letterhead that states that you are under his/her care, are emotionally or psychiatrically disabled, and that he/she prescribes for you an emotional support animal. The letter should specifically explain how the animal will assist you with your disability. Emergency care. Residents must provide the owner with contact information of at least one individual who is willing to take care of the resident's pet in the event that the resident is unable to do so. Removal. Resident agrees that the owner may remove any pet from any rental or rent-to-own rent-own home at any time owner has sufficient reason to believe the pet is not being cared for by the resident.
Extended absences. Residents planning to be away on vacation or extended absence should notify management of expected departure and return dates, provide post-dated rental checks for the period, arrange for maintenance of their lawn and home, and advise their neighbors. Provide emergency contact information to management.